Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Jambo habari naho, comment ça va? Welcome. Today I got another reaction that is going to mind blow you. When you see something like this, even you're going to shock, like, is this true? Why they didn't tell us before? I was just running crazy, guys. I don't want to take a long time. We are going to watch this video, guys. You know, this video is talking about, is Jesus God or the Son of God or prophet? This question is going to come round and round and round all the time, so you are not going even to understand which one is right. Will you say it's God? Will you say it's a prophet? Will you say it's the Son of God? Will you say this? So people, they keep talking, but the right answer is only God himself know who is Jesus and what he was doing when he was here. So guys, I'm going to react that video. We will start our video and I need your comment to give me your feedback through to the comment section. We start our video, guys.
Actually speechless right now. This is changing the way I see the Bible completely. If you guys actually stick around to watch this video, I swear, like, I'm actually shaking speechless.
That's true. That's true.
What did I just learn? Like,
Let
anyway,
us see
I'll let
it.
you guys watch the video. Someone just sent me this and they wanted to see my reaction. So let's get into it.
Is Jesus God?
Also, I want to add on to that, where in the Bible does it state that he's God?
Very good. John chapter 8, verse 58. I just want you to read that verse for yourself. Jesus says, before Abraham was born, I am.
Okay, you know, people, they keep confusing here. If Jesus is saying, before Abraham I was, it means like I was, it's not standing like I was God. No, even me myself, I'm talking to you now, I can say before Abraham I was. It means like there was a human being on that time before, because human beings not started by only Abraham. Before Abraham there was a human being. So Jesus, he was. That's how from my side I can just describe. So let us continue with the video.
Deliberately, Christ is claiming to be God.
Wait 1 second. So Jesus says, before Abraham was, I am. Does this make him God? That sounds ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. Actually, before we get into this, I've got a few people online that are saying that I pre-prompt you to talk as a Muslim. So can you just confirm that you don't have any pre-existing prompts and that you are going to speak purely from a non-biased perspective?
I can confirm. I don't have any pre-existing prompts or biases.
See, take that, haters. Alright, let's get into this.
Jesus says that.
Please study the Bible for me. In the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 58, I want to get the context behind this verse. Can you please look at the verses before and after and in a non-biased perspective? Give me a summary of the context around this verse.
The context of this verse is about a heated discussion between Jesus and the Jewish leaders, where they question Jesus' true identity and authority. To provide context for why Jesus says, before Abraham was, I am, let's look at the verses leading up to it. A few verses earlier, Jesus says, I honor my Father. I am not seeking glory for myself, but there is one who seeks it, and he is the judge.
Yes.
This verse describes Jesus as humbly serving God, not seeking personal glory, and
That's
leaving that to
excellent.
God as the ultimate judge.
That's really interesting. I always thought Jesus was trying to claim to be God here. I really didn't understand the context of this, so please continue.
Okay. Yeah,
A few
makes
verses
sense.
later, he adds, I know the Father and obey his word, emphasizing his obedience to God, not his own divinity. But the Jewish leaders continue to reject his identity.
Really?
Why?
Jesus
What
trying to
happened?
defend
Why did they
himself
reject?
against the Jewish leaders?
Jesus is defending his identity against the Jewish leaders who continue to reject his claim of being the promised Messiah. In the next verse, Jesus talks about God giving Abraham a vision of the future Messiah. When Jesus says, before Abraham was, I am, he is confirming that he is the fulfillment of that vision and prophecy given to Abraham, emphasizing his pre-existence in God's divine plan rather than directly claiming divinity.
Wait, are you trying to say that Jesus in this chapter is confirming that he's fulfilling the prophecy of the coming Messiah?
Exactly. This statement not only affirms Jesus
Really?
as the Messiah,
How does this
but
thing
also
happen?
affirms God's all-knowing nature. Throughout this chapter, Jesus maintains
Wow.
distinction between himself and God, making it more logical to conclude that the verse before Abraham was, I am, refers to the pre-existence of Jesus within God's divine plan, rather than claiming equality with God.
Wait. I want to know this one. So, guys, I want to know one thing. So, is this ChatGPT, is it translating the way this our sister showing us, or is there some editing my sister should try to do? Because I don't have ChatGPT, but I want to download that app. Not now. Next time I'm going to download. If it's app, if it's software, whatever it is, I'm going to start following one by one. So the time I'm going to get everything ready, guys, I'm gonna start doing video like this to start checking if whatever she was saying is true, or our sister is something she just create per her own, because I don't even believe. I was just shocked whatever I hear from here. I don't think it's true, but we continue. Okay, let us continue, see like if it's true.
What's the definition of Messiah exactly? Does it mean God?
The Messiah is an anointed savior or liberator, expected to fulfill divine prophecy. It does not mean God.
Are you serious? So Messiah does not mean God?
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Messiah does not mean God. It's a figure chosen by God to fulfill a special role.
Wow.
Wow.
Just to recap here, can we just go over that information again that we just spoke about and just give me a quick summary of exactly what we're talking about, just according to the Bible, non-biased?
In summary of John chapter 8, Jesus is defending his role as the Messiah that the Jews had been promised, and he is confirming that the prophecy God gave to Abraham is about himself. Throughout this chapter, Jesus clearly maintains a distinction between himself and God, emphasizing his role as the fulfillment of prophecy rather than claiming divinity.
This is so interesting. This whole verse just takes on a whole new context when you actually read the chapter. I am just in shock right now. Anyways, let's keep going with this video.
There was no misunderstanding. The Jews picked up stones to stone him for blasphemy.
Wait,
The Jews picked up stones to stone him for blasphemy.
what does blasphemy mean? What is the definition of blasphemy?
Blasphemy is the disrespect or irreverence shown towards something sacred or religious.
So it's not just about someone claiming to be God?
Correct.
Wow. So
This
if
is
John
another level
Christ
again.
is accused of blasphemy. Do you think it's more logical it's because he's claiming to be the Messiah or God?
It is more logical to conclude that Jesus was accused of blasphemy for claiming to be the Messiah and asserting a unique relationship with God, rather than directly claiming to be God himself.
Like, my mind is actually blown right now, guys. Like, I know this, I say this a million times, but this is just crazy.
Stop.
Pause this video right now and check. I'm just in shock. Anyway, let's continue.
Then in John chapter 10, verse 30, Jesus says, I and the Father are one. No misunderstanding. They didn't think, oh,
Does this make him God when he says I and the Father are one? Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, can you please give me a summary of the context around the verse in John 10:30? I want the most logical explanation for this verse, please.
When relying solely on the Bible and not external doctrines, the most logical interpretation of I and the Father are one in John 10:30 is that Jesus and the Father are united in purpose rather than claiming to be God.
Really? We were taught as Christians that this verse specifically mentions Jesus as God.
You're right. Many Christians interpret John 10:30 as confirmation of Jesus' divinity. However, a broader reading of the context in the complete Bible suggests that Jesus is speaking about unity and purpose rather than claiming to be God.
Can you please provide some more context
Wow,
around this
this
verse?
is another level.
Let me provide more context around this.
We have to follow this one,
In
guys.
John 10:22-39, Jesus is speaking to the Jews at the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah in Jerusalem. They ask him to tell them plainly if he is the Messiah. Jesus responds by explaining that his works testify that he is sent by God. A few verses later, he says, "My Father is greater than all," to show that God is the highest authority, and Jesus follows God's will and instructions. After this, Jesus says, "I and the Father are one," B30, suggesting that he and God are working together in perfect harmony to protect and guide his followers. This interpretation is consistent with the broader themes of John, where Jesus repeatedly speaks of being sent by God to carry out his work and being in perfect obedience to him.
Basically, saying you are one with God does not imply you're God.
Correct.
Is there anywhere else in the
Really?
Bible that says other people can be one with God?
Yes, the Bible mentions others being one with God, implying unity in purpose, not divinity. In John 17:21-23, Jesus prays for all believers to be one with God just as he is. Similarly, in 1 Corinthians 6:17, Paul says, "But whoever is united with the
John
Lord is one with
17:21,
him,"
chapter
showing that believers
23.
can also share spiritual unity with God.
Oh my god, I am actually speechless right now. I have never heard this before. Okay, let's just do a recap again. So these two verses that we've been speaking about today, can you just summarize again for me in a non-biased way, the most logical way to interpret these verses?
When read in context, John 8:49-59 and John 17:21 focus on Jesus' unity with God in purpose and mission rather than explicitly claiming divinity. In John 8:49-59, Jesus speaks of honoring God in his eternal role, but not of being God himself. In John 17:21, he prays for believers to share the same unity with God that he has, highlighting a spiritual connection rather than equality with God.
I'm done. Like, what is this, man? What is this? I don't even know what to say. So I'm just gonna wrap.
Okay, wow. This guys is another level. We have to be very careful. No comment with this, guys. I'm going to search all this thing. Is it ChatGPT? Whatever it will just say, is it true, or there's some editing here? Because I don't even understand, guys. I was shocked, totally. I was shocked. I don't know even what to say, because I don't know how to use ChatGPT. I've never used it, so I'm going to search this. If it's app, if it's website, whatever it is, I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't want to lie on that. So, but the things of Jesus, the way we're just describing what is Jesus, who he is, how he just performing, is it Jesus God? He just denied totally. He said Jesus is not God, and he never described himself to say that I'm God, worship me. For example, he said, like, people, they think like when Jesus he was saying that I was before Abraham, I am. It's not meaning like Jesus is God. Yes, that's true. Even me, I can say I was before Abraham. I was, because human being was there and I was there, because human being is me. So Abraham was a human being. So there was no different. That's how I just describe. If we say like I was before Abraham, I was, yes, because human being were there. So it's not only before Abraham there was not a human being. No, there was. So that's, for me, I just describe in that way. But on this of ChatGPT, guys, I want to follow more how this thing happened. Is this true, or is this something our sister she created by herself, then she came up with this? But I'm going to follow up, guys. See you next video. Bye bye.